Now, there's a verse in Matthew 25 and verse 34. It says this. It says, "Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world." So here are people that get to enter into God's kingdom that is coming to this earth. And there's a list of things that he did, that these people did. Jesus said, "For look, I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came into me." Now, a lot of times this scripture has been used for helping the poor in America. But, I got to thinking about this. I started reevaluating some of the scripture here, and it says, no, Jesus said, "Look, for I was hungry." He gives this analogy of people who are hungry. And he says, "Look, I was hungry, and you gave me meat." Well, how many hungry people are there in America? Just do a visual of the average American, the size of the average American. How many hungry people are there in America? Now, I know there's plenty of hungry people in third world countries. Oh, I can see their little stick legs and their little stick arms, and I know by the visual that they're hungry, okay? Well, I was thirsty. Well, have you ever met a thirsty American? I just can't, no water around anywhere. I can't find any tap water, can't find a spring, can't find anything. I'm thirsty. How many thirsty Americans are there? I was a stranger. Do you know what that word means, stranger? It means a foreigner. And you took me in. Maybe that gives us a clue as to who we ought to be helping. I was a foreigner, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. How many naked Americans have you ever seen? Well, God forbid that we should even see that, but, I don't know. No clothes? The average woman has what? 50 pairs of shoes in her closet? I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing, but that's probably a good guess, by the way. No clothes? I don't know if I've ever met an American with no clothes. Sick. Well, there's plenty of sick people in America. I agree there. Yes, there's plenty of sick. In prison, and you came into me. Well, yeah, there are. But the thing about prison in America is that our justice system is halfway decent. I mean, what I have found is that most people who are in prison are there deservingly so. They're there for a reason. They're not put there, although they will tell you they didn't commit the crime, but they're put there because they're criminals. They've broken the law. That's the reason they're in prison. And that's where they should be, in prison. So I began to wonder, have we sort of built a foundation on sand? Have we built our concept about poor people on a faulty assumption? In other words, the faulty assumption is this: Americans are poor. And then we apply all the scripture about the poor in the Bible to Americans. In other words, have we built this idea on a faulty assumption? And the faulty assumption is, boy, there's all kinds of poor people in America. Really? Well, let's consider. Let's consider what a poor person really is. Let me give you a list here.